Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. It's a ladder game between DukeNukem, playing as the UEF in the bottom here, the blue, going first land, and C, playing as the Cybran in the red. Perfect colors for these factions. I've never noticed before that I can see where the buildings are going to be placed. Maybe it's because it's a smaller map, it's much easier to see. But I've literally never noticed that until right now. That's quite cool. Suppose it would be more useful on a second screen. So the map is Crag Dunes. Classic map, 5x5. And this map has a lot of reclaim on it. So if we look here, get T2 wrecks all over the place. These are pillars. That might be a Yenzine maybe. Over here we have some Ilshavo. And maybe that's a flak or some flak there maybe. Considering the cost. More T2 Rex in here. We have some rhinos and pillars, some buildings. So, and we also even have T2 transports. A lot of reclaim on this map. So, with your starting build order, that means you want to avoid making mexes more so than anything else. Now, C is actually going to walk around and make some mexes. But you can see he's building a lot more P-gens and 2 factories. He only has 1 mech so far. So that's how you want to adjust your build order on a map where you have immediate access to significant reclaim. On the left, DukeNukem has gone quickly for two labs, aiming to attack this point, go for the engineers at the back towards the Hydra, and he has to fight now against a Mantis with these 2 mech marines. The Mantis takes out 1 mech marine, but it's very low on HP now, and the mech marines win. They do cost more and everything, so nearly expect them to win. And the Mantis is not the best at dealing with labs, and he even gets the engineer kill, and he doesn't save the mech marine though. Very good couple of mech marines there, dead Mantis and a dead engineer. Far outweigh the cost of those 2 labs, so very well done by DukeNukem. Difficult to micro a Mantis versus 2 mech marines. So good choice. And we have a 3rd land factory coming up, and C maybe slightly behind his factory. Just slightly. And now he's being aggressive on this side. He's taken out probably a scout there, and now kills an engineer. The engineer takes a lot of HP off the Mantis with that reclaim, but still goes down. But quite nice to get the reclaim off. So yes, Crag Dunes, very aggressive, very quick attacks on this map, because you get your factories so quickly because of all this mass. And aggression paying off so far, but no devastating attacks. Often you'll see if people get into the back here and start denying the hydro and stuff, then it's very scary. But as of now, we've done some damage, but the attacks have been parried. This is a nice force in the middle. Easily takes out that Mantis, and maybe with these tanks here, he can push and attempt to do some damage on this side. As tanks on the left look to be getting into at the back. C is trying to save his engineer. Gonna try and hide him on the left. That's a good plan. A lot of people seem to just see that engineers are going to be under attack and don't try and save them. Don't try and hide them. Oh, DukeNukem is paying close attention. Takes it out. The Mantis goes to sleep, and RIP that engineer. This tank could keep going and even get another engineer kill. But look, so much action, so much aggression. Engineers going down. Most of the aggression happening from DukeNukem now though. And he has the score lead, has a lot more mass. in total collected. And he's definitely got more engineer kills. Finally, that Mantis takes care of that tank. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factories. And yeah, basically completely even on factories. Both players seem to be using their ACU and maybe one engineer assisting to get these factories up. Neither of them have left the base yet, which I think is probably a bit bad. They should have left by now and replaced their ACU with engineers in the base. But now, yeah, this could be a bit of a donation from DukeNukem running towards the base. He's going to run into the ACU, feed him some veterancy, leave some dead tanks there and lose some of his army, but he retreats now and leaves some behind to do some raiding. That's going to be nice for him, and he can try and run to the back as well. But look at this. A couple of tanks in anticipation. Run to cut them off. And more chase them down. Two engineers in mid reclaiming for C. That's going to be very good for him, but DukeNukem is ahead of him on this front as well, taking the last of the T2 Rex. The civ buildings have been taken. There's also Rex here, a couple of T2 Rex and some T1. And again, DukeNukem is on point, and he's going to try and get that PD up before the ACU arrives. I don't know if he will be successful. Perhaps he will. Oh, factories going up everywhere. Look at the number of factories C is investing into right now. Is he going to be able to run all of these factories? He has even more planned. Look at this spam. 13 factories here. 11 complete. And the PD does go up. The walls are not constructed yet, but they're going up fast. C needs to take out these engineers and quickly focus down this PD as fast as he can. I think he would avoid taking too much damage. He could use the commander and the units to kill this quite quickly because the walls are not completed, but oh, he's retreating. I think he should just... Oh no, he's taking so much fire for free. That's unfortunate. I think he should take this out. But he doesn't have vision. He's probably afraid that he's going to run into an ACU right here. But the ACU is only leaving the base now for DukeNukem. Also of note, a T2 mechs finished for Duke and another one almost finished. And no T2 mechs for C. C, if I'm not mistaken, is the player who was known as TZ or Tixie and Aesthetic. I think it's the same player. Let's see what happens versus DukeNukem, because DukeNukem is playing in that style of economy, and C is going for just full land spam right now. I don't think we see any T2 land. We don't see any T2 mexes for sure. PD's going to help a lot because there's just very few Medusa mixed in at the moment. Here is one. One of the features of this map that's quite annoying at times and interesting at others is that you can fire with arties over these hills. Just T1 arties have enough range, and the arc to fire over these hills. So you put an arty behind here and took out the PD from complete safety. And armies in this location can be hit by arties just down here. DukeNukem has the score lead, has the economy lead, but certainly does not have the unit lead. I think both players being very conservative with their ACUs, and actually now their ACUs are on the same side, and that spells danger. Often you'll see ACUs on opposite sides of the map on this map, and both end up pushing the base. We have an energy storage being constructed, and then DukeNukem may likely go for a gun upgrade, which is of course, very popular, very strong on this map. We have bombers moving in, spreading napalm all over these poor mantis, but it's already some AA, and that means the bombers could get one pass. Actually, this one gets two passes and does some nice damage before it goes down. No air, it seems, from C, unless this is an air factory. Oh no, it's here, just being constructed. And C is making ground on the left side. He will still have to take out this PD, but he has a decent number of Medusa there. A bit out of the way though, so the PD will get some damage done. C retreats with his ACU. He's lost about half his HP now. And many units are pouring into the middle for DukeNukem, as a lot of units pour south and underneath the base of Duke. And he could run all the way to the back. There's a lot of power here, which is very vulnerable. If this energy surge goes down, it will likely kill those 4 P-gens as well. And we have T2 land from DukeNukem. So we have T2 mexes, we have T2 land. We have another T2 mex on the way. And these, look at the amount of arties he's made. So many arties mixed in with just a couple of pillars, few strikers. It's almost entirely arties, which is quite crazy. And this army that runs through here is just getting chewed up by pillars and arties. So many battles going on, but I have to say DukeNukem looks to be getting the better of it. He's getting a lot of kills on his ACU. C only has 8, 27 for Duke. He's being fed a little bit. Now here, this attack from Duke is repelled as all the reinforcements turn to the left, and the Medusa land their shells directly on the heads of those pillars and stun them and allow them to be surrounded. Significant reclaim left for C, and he immediately has engineers moving in that direction to suck it up. Well played, and he can make a counterattack perhaps. One thing he does need to do, I feel, is get some economy going, get some assist on that. I think this mex may have died to arty shell over the cliff, and we need to see some use of the ACU for sure. Both players could be looking at gun right now. DukeNukem has he has 2 storages. He has 14k in storage right now and a lot of overflow. He could make gun and nano extremely quickly. He had a lot of assist on that. He has 3 T2 mexes. Look at the shells coming over. And over here, only 3 pillars, and they're running into a large T1 army from the Cybran. And without radar, he doesn't know what's there. He runs to his doom, and as the pillars try to retreat, they get stunned and killed. Gun begins for DukeNukem. He probably is not even nearly stalling. Yeah, look at that. He's still plus 72. So he could be assisting this heavily. Could have got it a lot sooner. Mass is the issue for C. This T2 mech taking a long time to build. And bombers coming up for both players. Well, what could we target with these bombers? I mean, this energy storage would be nice. Certainly, this energy storage is actually the first target. Both energy storages would be good targets. That one is dead. And there go 3 P-gens with it. This one would certainly be a good one. And we have a T2. We have a T2 engineer here building PDs on the right side. But all the pressure is from C on the left now, and he has the income lead now that he has taken so much map control. There are a lot of mexes to be got here. A lot of mexes which can be won and contested. 4 here in the mid and 2 on the left, 2 on the right. He's even taking mexes here. There's a lot of reclaim being left, which he is grabbing quite well. One thing I would actually love to see is if you could see how much an engineer has reclaimed. That would be a beautiful thing to see. Maybe someday someone will implement that if it's possible. That would be a very, very cool stat. You can really measure the value of an NG, or maybe they even get veterancy for building. That would be funny. Anyway, C is ecoing. He realizes he has map control, but he may not be holding onto it forever because look at this army. It's a large T2 army coming for Duke Nukem, and so he's going to use his map control now to get even on T2 mexes at least. He does need to look at getting T2 land because he can't survive with Mantis and Medusa forever, although he's doing well with them. Needs Medusa are really the stars of the show. They've all done so much damage. The Mantis are nice, but it's the Medusa that are really taking care of these pillars. I mean, so many stuns, so much damage done. All these pillars are low, but once the pillars get in there, if they can survive, they do get a lot of kills. You can see a lot of them have many kills here. Let me just slow it down. 6 kills, 5, 9, 22 kills on this guy. So they're doing a lot of damage, but they're being thinned out. And all this reclaim, Duke Nukem is trying his best to get it, but it's going more so to C. We can see 16k reclaim for him, but now Duke Nukem with the gun and nano. About to get another vet level, and he's really just being fed kills here. Also running into this T2PD, which has been spotted. The shells firing over the mountain once again. Very good stuff. But how will this ACU be stopped? How will he be stopped? Gonna need, I don't know. Well, a gun commander from C would be nice. I think this ACU has barely moved in the whole course of the game. Just have its constant T1 versus T2 battle, and the T1 is doing very well, it must be said. I think it shows the importance of keeping those early T2 units alive, so that you can actually, you have to really get to a certain number of units before you can engage. Otherwise you get overrun, surrounded, stunned, and you can't make that headway. So if you lose those early units that you've made, then it can hurt a huge amount. You really have to be careful with those first 5-10 pillars. Try and use them together in a group so that they don't get overwhelmed. But the Medusa really showing their strength on a map like this, where there's not much room to maneuver. Things are in small chokes forced together. Then it's hard for the Medusa to miss. So Duke actually lost this mech. That was T2. He's upgrading another one now. Here, he's trying to take mid, but they're fighting back and forth. This T2PD has actually gotten a fair few kills, but I'm not sure if it's really necessary. This ICU is just standing here, maintaining the integrity of the right side on his own, but maybe not doing as much as he could have. And we have T2 land. Hoplites coming out, and we have T2 on the ACU for C. Definitely needs some TMD right now. We've had T2 on the field for a long time. We're coming up to 19.5 minutes. It's just been constant attritional warfare on the left, and the reclaim in the past while has been pretty even between the two of them. We were at 16-11, now we're at 19-14, so 3k each since then. And maybe we need even less Mantis. I see a lot of Mantis building. I think just go hardcore Medusa. Put a lot of Medusa here. Actually, you can put... I wonder... I'm not sure, but I think MMLs can fire over this. MMLs can have a bit of a lower trajectory, a different arc, so it won't always shoot over everything. But worth the shot to put an MML here. See if you can snipe some T2 mexes. That would be quite nice. I am interested to see how the hoplites will do. You'll have to be very careful with them. You'll have to maintain that range, not allow them to die to the Lobos. See a lot of Lobos from Duke as well, and they're getting a lot of damage in. A lot of them have vets. 22 kills on this pillar, so many kills. And the Mantis, oh my god, look at them. Getting absolutely crushed. You can see the power of these. Any AoE weapon in a map where it's very small corridors, you can see all the units bunching up. It's very, very good to be going for these kind of units. The RDs and the hoplites. But now the T2 army making a good push versus these Mantis, Medusa, and a couple of hoplites here now doing some nice damage. And we have some air assist, so maybe we'll see gestures. We don't see any anti-air here. We have a decent air force. I would expect maybe some more bombers from DukeNukem. He's not really using his air, but he has successfully finally pushed all the way back after being stuck fighting around this hill here for so long. Most of the game, really. He's now pushed all the way back and is actually going to be able to clear mid. This PD will not stop this army. And he's instantly trying to grab reclaim behind it. C also brings his own civilians in to grab, I guess they're not civilians, they're pilotless robots. And Duke getting the better of this battle, getting the better of the reclaim there as well. No T2 support factories, which is interesting to me. Oh no, I'm wrong. We have one. And it's also being assisted, which is nice. I think that's quite good. And he really wants to push here. He wants to keep going. Some wall here, that's nice. Even just a few walls can help bunch up these units even more. And also walls on this side. They're not really going to prevent this AC, who now has 103 kills. I'm surprised he's been fed 30 more kills since I last looked, but he has. And now he thinks maybe it's time I make better use of this guy. He has 19,000 HP, just under. And he's almost on his 5th vet level. He has 74 regen. He has the gun. And C looks scared. This is a scary thing. If DukeNukem was to use this a bit more, this game could be in a different scenario completely. Oh, there's arties coming in for these hoplites, but now they turn and run. They've done decent damage, but not great so far. But it is enough to hold off. Duke decides to wait. Doesn't want to push this side more now. Which may be an error. C has 9k more total mass, but now DukeNukem 59 to 41 mass income. He is in the ascendancy. Now storaging mexes. Needs to get some TMD up though, for sure. Let's see. Here is TMD. Do we have a TML though? Well, C obviously is aware of TML, but he's only made a TMD for himself. Hasn't made a TML. Every time you make TMD, you should ask yourself, should I make a TML instead? Or as well as this? Because if you're worried about TML, your opponent ought to be. Generally. Oh, the arties. making units disappear into nothing since the year 4000 or whatever year this game is supposedly set in. Oh no, it can't be 4000, that would be Warhammer 40k, which they pretty shamelessly stole from. I think it's 3000. And the hoplites are holding, and there's also some rhinos mixed in. That's quite good. It's good to have rhinos in front of you, take the fire, and they can also do some damage here, you know. The ground is quite flat, quite reasonable, and those lasers are nice. And they also really tank the damage and allow your hoplites to get away. Hoplites doing very nice. He's keeping them keeping them alive very well. Some of them going down inevitably to these T1 arties, but ultimately holding off nicely. You can see here though, kills to losses ratio is in Duke Nukem's favor heavily. This stat can be quite misleading at times, but in this scenario, it's quite good. Generally, it gets completely fucked when an ACU dies and kills a lot of units around it. That sort of invalidates it. And airfights can mess it up a bit. But generally, it's quite a good indicator. And Duke Nukem has been using the higher tech units for longer, so you would expect to see him have a higher ratio. Just one T2PD is that's not going to stop this guy. Should have put it under the shield maybe, but if this AC really starts to push, it's going to be very difficult to stop. The only thing I can think of, well, we have the new Beetles, guys. And I haven't seen enough of them. Actually, I saw a nice video, what was it? Supreme Commander, what the fuck? By some, I think it's a Russian YouTuber. And actually I'll link a video or two underneath, you can watch it. It's sort of similar to Commander Shepard's old videos, if you remember them. If you don't, I guess I should link those also. I did see some use of Beetles there, but this would be a very nice time if this ACU was to continue pushing, but no, he actually stops. This. Oh no, he knows there's a T2 Pigeon here. He could have moved in and targeted this. That would have been a great target. That's also a T2 Mex, you can see that. So I'm quite disappointed Duke Nukem is not making use of his ACU. That would completely turn the battle if he was to make use of this. He does really need a T2 Pigeon right now, I have to say. It's definitely time, or it was time a while ago. We're at 28 minutes. Oh my god, 29 minutes now. TML from C. Now what I want to see is T3 land. You get some T3 RD out here, you're going to absolutely murder all of these units, especially the hoplites and stuff. They will definitely be going down. Some MMLs would be nice too. Well, you have PDs going up here, so we need the siege breakers right now to do damage from range. T3 RD would be just gorgeous right now. The kills it would get, be unimaginable. You wouldn't even need direct fire units right now. You could just wipe an army. Look at all these arties. They disappear in a flash. T2PDs. Where the MMLs at? Oh, we have TML going up over here. TMD. There's a TML lurking back here. Duke Nukem is in mid with his ACU. Instead of pushing this way. And look, you can see there's not many units. Oh well. Looks like we'll have some recycled factories maybe. So there are quite a lot of T1 factories. But right now he's quite fine. Getting some reclaim. Overall, actually see still has more reclaim. Slightly more, about 4k. What's the army like? We have 13 hoplites, 13 rhinos, 77 Medusa, 53 mantis, and a couple of flag. So it's evened out very well right now. Quite an even game. Oh, that's TML launching, but it's not going to land. I don't know, maybe he just didn't pay attention to this TMD, I guess. Oh well. Looks like we got some T2PD creep over here. Might want to recycle the ones at the back to pay for the ones at the front. Might be a good idea. Also, another good idea, maybe just bring the ACU. Well, you don't want to bring the ACU through mid here, actually, for sure, because you could just get overwhelmed by all of these units running through mid. So you sort of want to stay towards the edge, like either in this side or this side. If you're in the middle, you can get trapped and overrun and have nowhere to retreat to. So if you think of it, you're a lot further away from your base if you're standing here in comparison to here or here. So it can be quite dangerous to move down this channel with your ACU. I really want to see some beetles, but I feel like we're not going to see them, unfortunately. That's a dead T2 Max. That died to a TML, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we have another TML here. Oh, will the TMD be finished? I don't think so. Oh, never mind. Oh, I think he TML'd a T2PD here on the front. Thought the TML was flying in this further back, but I think it took out a T2PD here. Some walls go down. Or maybe there'll be a push. I think those walls were DukeNukem's. What is the plan for these guys? I don't see T3 land. Where are the T3 mobile arties? Where are they at? That would be... Oh, well, DukeNukem is just going heavy on the TMLs. He's going to try and take out the TMD. Is he going to hit the mountain? Oh, just over the mountain. I was very close to not hitting, but it landed. And that's one dead TMD. Now he needs to make sure he allows them all to load before he launches the next volley, so that they will be able to take out the TMD. And maybe these bombers have their own TMD as targets. For example, this one. And this one, and even maybe he can just bomb all three of these TMD here. Mid attempting to be controlled by T2PD. The Medusa are bunching up so much that they are getting one shot. Large numbers of them. I think 4 or 5 died in one shot there. But eventually the PD goes down. It's not sufficient to defend, and the bombers are coming for the TMLs now. Shield is a bit late. I think this is going to be enough. Very nice snipe there from C. That's a painful loss. The air did not react fast enough to save them. Look at this number of units. This is just... There's almost 300 units here. It's slowing down my PC because there's so many ranges and there's so much bumping, all this pathfinding. When I select them all, my computer is actually just grinding to a halt. Oh my god. Far fewer units here. But we have 17. Well, we have only about 10 hoplites. I don't think there's any way he can push. Is he really going to... Is DukeNukem going to push here? Can he actually do that? I fear that if he gives a Shift G move order up here, maybe, that he would break the game. Oh, look at this. Artie's attempting to shoot over the cliff. I think maybe he can get that Mex, and maybe this Mex as well if he's very careful. There's so many units, and only 20 of them are pillars. The rest, it's just Arties. It's 230 Arties. My God. Oh, this P-Gen is being reclaimed. Interesting. I'm not sure. He's lost the... Well, we have two of the TMLs have been rebuilt. The TMD died. And it's not... Oh, God. RIP. Oh, he gets all the reclaim from it. It doesn't get overkilled because there's no death animation. That's actually fantastic. Well played C there. Getting all the reclaim from his P-Gen. And he has a replacement here now. He has a T3 Mex as well beside it. Over here we see Rocketbots getting a bit too close for comfort. Have to be trying to move constantly and keep the hoplites at the back. Rhinos at the front. Medusa wherever they will fit. And maybe he's gonna try and move out now. There's so many TMLs going up. There's 4 here, a 5th one. Still have these 2 here, which need to be taken care of because his TMD has gone down, and there's a T2 Mex with storage, which can be attacked. The HQ could go down. Now the TML could be used against... I mean, he could TML both of these actually. There's no... Oh, there's a TMD here, but I think he could probably TML this. Maybe not. Oh, four TMLs launched. Where are they going for this TMD here? And it goes down, and more Mexes are gonna die here. More TMLs fired. There's a shield, and the shield blocks the shot. And the ACU is making its way to the left now, as C is retreated back towards his own base. Now the ACU meets up with his gigantic artillery force. C is just trying to spam up more TMD as fast as he can. He did lose this Mex to TML at the back here. That's a hive. Quite nice. And look, the arties are getting melted so fast. But the ACU is here. And he's going to try and get as many overcharges in. Oh! 144 kills now. Another overcharge. And the army is disappearing. 23 kills on this hoplite. So much damage done. He has full vet. Oh no, he has 4 vets, sorry. 4 vets on that hoplite. DukeNukem is pushing. Where is the ACU? Here he is. We need PDs, we need walls, and we can see them being planned, but this is late. Maybe a TML aimed at the ACU would be a great thing as well, as DukeNukem would have a hard time dodging at short range. We also have bombers waiting in the wings. They can really do... They could kill so many of these arties. And we have a lot of rhinos now. All of these units getting stuck back here. And DukeNukem really does not have a lot with his ACU. This looks bad for DukeNukem. There's so many rhinos. He's walking directly into them. He doesn't realize that this is just an ACU with some arties. Oh no. Why? Why? Damn, C just baited him all the way back into his base. C just kept all of his T2 units alive. DukeNukem must have thought he was clearly winning, but he really was not. He had look at this, no T2 units whatsoever. He just had arties in this epic ACU. I mean, it was an epic ACU, but C had so many T2 units here. Now most of them have died. You can see the wrecks. Look at all these rhinos. That's a huge number of rhinos. That's a lot of damage output. And also, PDs were going up quickly at the end as well. Duke. Well, that was a mistake. After not using the ACU for so long, when he could have really done a lot of damage, and he used it at the end of the game and just, well, suicides. Very sad. That was a strange one, I have to say. If only we saw some T3RT, and actually, that's what C was going for. At least was going to T3 land. I'm sure you would have seen T3RT. Also, some beetles could have been very, very deadly. But that's it. Duke throws it away a bit at the end. I mean, I don't really want to say he threw it away. I think C was doing fine. He had a T3 mechs. He had lost map control, but he had a nice army. I think maybe he could have pushed back here, got some MMLs. T3 land would have been really nice for him, and he almost had it, so I don't think it wasn't one for Duke just yet, but that was a hardcore suicide by him. so much mass into TML, so too much really, I think. But he did kill a lot of stuff with them. Anyway, that is it for me. Hope you enjoyed this cast, and I hope you tune in for the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.